Welcome, everyone, to Collision After Dark, and some people call it The Garage.
Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my occupation. Tell me what's my race. Tell me is it with inflation. Tell me what's my age. Tell me what's my race. Tell me all my sexual distaste. Tell me what you need. Tell me how you feel. And tell me all your information.
Bam!
Well, good evening once again, everybody, to your October 7th, 2023 edition of The Garage Collision After Dark.
It's so dark upstairs. I'm scared.
It's freaking dark in here, guys. I'm the effing expert, Mr. Eyesiks.
And I am, of course, the patron saint of all of professional wrestling. I am that gingered up, bubbly son of a bitch. My name is Canada effing Drive, baby.
And we've got the number 3 man, the freaking Iron Man. Look at that hair, man. It is all like freshly done up for us. We are in for a treat to see this gentleman all night long. Go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
Yes, I do look a little different than my earlier appearance on Magic with Wrestling when I got a little haircut. That's the secret. You know, to keep the hair nice, you got to maintain. You got to put some money into it. But I'm
now,
man.
Now, do you tip your hairdresser?
Yes, I do.
You give a nice tip?
Yeah. I usually
10%?
do like 25%.
Oh, that's a nice tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay for style, Canada Dry. That's just how this works.
Well, I mean, I go to Sports Clips. So, not only do I get a haircut, but I also get the MVP treatment. So they wash my hair, they give me a hot steam towel on my face, and I get a massage. So I figure that's worth a better tip than normal.
Yeah, that's a nice tip. What would be funny would be trying to tip a flight attendant.
You know what?
Be funny.
Ric Flair tried that.
I have seen a TikTok, and there's a lady out there who is a flight attendant, and she says, if you really want good service, that's what you should do. But
no one tips a flight attendant, right?
I know, but she's like, most people will give gift cards. They don't give cash.
That's very interesting.
That's weird, though.
I've never heard of that before until I saw that TikTok before.
You wouldn't think to tip your flight attendant. You just wouldn't.
I've never thought of that. Of course, I've never even flown before, so I guess it's just never had the opportunity to. But I never even thought that would be a thing. So that's good to know.
I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm going to.
Hey, look, we got our friend Ayaka Sasaki.
Well, I hope you're feeling better. That you're out of the hospital.
Out of the hospital, but can't perform.
And look who we got. We got Marty himself.
Marty.
He's liking your haircut.
I tell you what, man, the haircut's going to be a hit. It's going to be a hit, guys. I can tell.
Okay. Ayaka Sports Clips is a place where I go to get a haircut, and it is sports themed.
Yes, I imagine no one has these brand names everywhere. They're their own thing.
Yeah.
I used to watch this show on I forget what it was. It was on Showcase or something like that, and it was called Bikini Barbershop.
Really? What's that? I've never heard of that.
Well, it was this. It was in New Jersey. It was this. I guess this reality show, and
Oh, okay.
it was these bikini girls cutting people's hair.
You sure this wasn't on Skinamax? This was like a legitimate thing.
Yes.
But isn't it a great business model? Like, who wouldn't want their hair cut by chicks in bikinis?
Right. Especially
Dallas,
if it's like
maybe.
a barber shop, like triggered towards males. Yeah.
Yeah, you would told tip nice there, right?
Hey-o.
So before we get going with the matches from Collision After Dark, I just got a message saying that Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are the new tag team champions for WWE.
I saw that. Yeah.
Undisputed tag team champions.
Yeah, I was looking at my phone a second ago before we went on the air, and I saw that Fightful had posted that. Yeah.
Maybe they'll let Cody and Jay introduce some new tag title designs because
You know what's going to happen? Cody Rhodes is going to make his announcement, and the winner of this tournament gets a shot at their titles. So that's what it's going to say. They're going to say that.
you know what, that's possible.
The Dusty Classic. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, like now that since you brought it up, you know why this is also a kind of a pretty smart idea to put these tag titles on Cody, because now this allows him to go to SmackDown
Mm.
where he can start
Oh, yeah.
Roman at Mania without having him to be the trade or to win the Rumble or anything like that.
That's brilliant, GM Joe. That's brilliant because that is a good backdoor mechanism for getting Cody back into the scene.
Backdoor.
Hi-yo, after dark.
There was enough butt talk on Collision tonight.
Oh,
that we
my
didn't even
goodness.
talk about
We're going to get
backdoors,
into the
okay?
butt play, gentlemen. There's lots of good butt play to talk about tonight.
There was all sorts of sexual innuendos on this show.
This feels like a Bryan Danielson run show because you know how he is. Like he has no problem talking about tantric sex or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, let's just get right into it, gentlemen. We had the usual spiel, the opening promos. Nothing really noteworthy here. Let's just go ahead and skip that and go to match number 1, which is going to create a lot of news. FTR versus Big Bill and Ricky Starks for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. Here's my notes. Hot start with the heels striking early. The heels kind of ran the show. They beat him down. Bill choke slams Wheeler through the announce table, and they end up double teaming and pinning Dax after a spear from Ricky Starks. New tag team champions, gentlemen. Golden Graham, what'd you think of this?
So at first I hated it. Like that was my initial reaction because I don't think FTR, who has been booked as very strong champion, should have lost in this manner. Or to this team, considering the teams that they have had matches with in the last month and a half. But with that said, I'm glad for Big Bill. His career has come 180. Like a complete 180 since leaving the WWE. He's definitely put in the work. But with that said, they're probably going to lose the titles in about 6 weeks.
There is no doubt that Big Bill is a feel-good story. Like seriously, yes. Like he has miraculously turned himself around, changed his body, changed his mind. Yeah, I'm super proud of that dude. Canada Dry, what'd you think of this match?
I heard that the whole reason Big Bill has turned his career around, he eats 7 jelly beans a day.
Any certain flavor?
Just 7 jelly beans, random. Just
and
it has made the difference.
Are they sugar free? Is that the key?
I don't know. It's just jelly beans. Anyways. I love how you're no selling this. Is that jelly beans?
I figured it was Lexi Nair. That was.
Oh my goodness! I don't think FTR even got any offense in, did they?
I don't believe so. I don't.
This
remember
was like a glorified squish match.
Yeah,
it was a squish match.
Guys, what do you think?
You know
was
what
up
this
with
reminds me of almost, and it would have been cool if they did it this way. Do you remember when the Heart Foundation beat the British Bulldogs?
I don't remember
Vaguely.
the match specifically, but yeah, I do remember them.
Yeah, but it was a little bit of like the referee. I think it would have been cool if they would have done something like that, where the referee kind of helped them screw over. But it is what it is. Like, where does it's? So the Young Bucks have now won an AEW World Tag Team opportunity.
Yeah.
So this is where I'm wondering, like, do they become the tag team champions now?
I think that's where they're going with this.
I think so. And I really think that FTR dropped the belts just to avoid FTR Bucks 4. That's my first thought. Or the second thought is that this criminal case with Cash is going a little more serious than everyone thought.
That's a good point. Maybe they're
That
like,
is a
okay,
good
let's let you guys cool off for a bit here, and come back. Maybe have FTR Bucks. Is it 5 or 4?
It'll be 4.
Before now.
Yeah, I didn't think about
and
the
you can always have a chase, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Chase after those belts again. Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
I didn't think about the legal issue that Cash Wheeler is going to have, but that does make sense. I mean, especially if there's going to be an issue where he's going to be restricted on travel, which is a very real possibility. So I guess that makes
David
sense.
Pemberton says the Young Bucks are already ROH Trios champions, but don't even bother to wear the belt. What's the deal with that?
I've seen them once wear
Really
the
sounds
belts
like-
and then one time where they didn't wear the belts.
Like, remember I was saying that they said they would get these belts over, but it doesn't seem like they're even trying.
I forgot they even had them until they showed the graphic tonight of Hangman Adam Page with the belt. I was like, oh, I kind of forgot about that.
What was interesting? Oh yeah, we'll get to that a little later. Speaking of Hangman, but yeah, it shocked me.
Yeah, I was.
We'll see where it goes.
Yeah, I think that's all we can really say is we'll just got to see how it goes here. After this match was over with, they announced that Powerhouse Hobbs is going to face Chris Jericho on Dynamite. I think that should be interesting. And we'll go ahead and move on to match number 2, which was Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, versus one half of Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher. Now, here's my notes on the match. This was kind of a technical, slower pace match with a few big spots in it. I really like the feel of this match. You know, you guys know I'm a Danielson mark.
Yep.
Pretty much any match he's in, I love. Danielson ends up winning with a slick pin move out of nowhere, which prompts Gates of Agony to come out and attack Danielson, Yuta, and Claudio in for the save. Canada Dry, what did you think of match number 2?
Okay. My first thought after this match, Kyle Fletcher needs to never tag team again.
He's good. Yeah.
This kid is going places.
Yeah.
This is what Sammy Guevara should be.
I was like, let's replace Kyle with Sammy and the Callis family.
Kyle is better than Sammy.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like,
But he's a little bit
head
younger,
and
right? He's a little bit
He's
younger.
24.
Yeah. But yeah, this match was so good. There was some crazy spots in there with the dive, and it looked like he just slammed his head like almost like into the cement.
Yeah, he almost landed directly.
Like, I think maybe Bryan Danielson maybe saved his life or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was a couple moments there. But other than that, there's some real good selling. Like when Bryan Danielson moved out of the way in the corner and he kind of drop kicked the post and act like he hurt his knee. Like, that looked really, really good.
Yeah, I agree. Golden Graham, what'd you think?
Oh, this was a great match. Like, once again, Danielson just brings out the best in everybody.
Yeah.
And he can make anybody look like $1 million. I love the fact that Danielson stole Zack Sabre Jr.'s pin. Just adding more to that storyline that we're going to obviously get another match in that somewhere down the line. And then also, like, I'm glad to see BCC actually acting like a faction and coming out to save each other when they're getting beat down. It's nice to see that.
Yeah, it's this weird kind of like amalgamation of a heel face faction, but at least they back each other up.
I think they're faces again now.
I feel like they're the tweeners. They're the tweener faction that can just be.
I think they could turn. They're a face faction that could turn on a dime.
See, I feel like Danielson is the only baby face in the group. Like, I think all the rest of them are usually playing the heel role.
Which is funny.
I don't think they played the heel since really the Blood and Guts match.
Hmm.
But you know what? It's really funny because like Strong Ross Sapp says, like on internal rosters for AEW, like Danielson has never been on the face roster. He's always been listed as a heel. It's just he's so good, no one's going to boo him.
Right. I mean, come on. It's Danielson, for God's sake.
Especially now that you said, he has basically a year left as a full-timer. No one's booing that man.
No, he's not going
to. What about Bryan Danielson and Adam Copeland? One more time.
I would love to see that one more time.
Yeah. That was, 2/3 of the last Mania that they both had.
Yeah, I don't know. Did we actually get them against each other one-on-one? I don't even remember that match.
I don't think there was ever them one-on-one.
No, it was the two of them and Roman Reigns in a triple threat, if I remember correctly. Yeah. So, yeah. I'd love to see it.
Where Roman Reigns stack pinned both of them at the same time.
Of course. Because he's Superman Roman Reigns and can destroy 10 men. Moving on, we had the new champs with Schiavone, bragging about winning the finals.
This is Schiavone you're talking about.
Schiavone, baby.
We once had someone mention in the comments, you're saying his name wrong.
That was Harry.
It was Harry.
Yes. Who said that. And Jeremy, it kind of ruffled his feathers a bit. Hey, look at this. We have a guest.
Oh,
hey, what's up, Alex?
Mr. Haney, what's up, man?
Hi. It's 2:20 in the morning. Hey.
Good morning.
Like it's super late for you, ain't it?
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on Collision tonight, my man?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm watching Fastlane at the moment.
Oh, okay.
How is it? Is it a good show?
It's been all right. Although what I would say is whoever decided that it was a good idea to do the cars doing the vroom round the lap every so often needs to be hunted down.
Is it a digital car driving around the?
Well, you don't hear it. It's just like a sound effect that happens every so often. It just goes.
Oh, he just like.
Oh no.
That sounds terrible.
Careful, you're going to get hit by the fake car.
It reminds me of when Braun Strowman did that stupid train thing, and they would literally pipe in a choo-choo train noise. That was just absolutely like whoever did that should have been immediately fired and ejected from the building.
Yeah.
So it was just horrible.
So anyway,
you see what Ayaka just said?
Oh, Ayaka, you just Haney, you just made the list.
What's that?
Ayaka put you on the list.
Why? What have I done?
Not even sure why you're on the list. She just said you're on the list.
I don't know.
Is there anything else you want to add, Alex?
Yeah. How did you enjoy Collision?
I did enjoy Collision tonight.
It was a pretty good show tonight.
It was all right, yeah. It wasn't one of my favorites, but it wasn't one of the worst either.
It was better than last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hopefully both shows turn out good. At the moment, Charlotte Flair's on, so I thought I'm rather going for a pee. I'd phone in.
Okay, so Alex, I have to know.
That's why he's calling in. No.
Alex, I have to know on a scale of 1 to 10, how flat is Charlotte Flair's ass?
Well, it was what was it? Tim's pancakes have got a bit more thickness to them.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Would you still put syrup on them?
That's a very good question. Yes, probably would.
Now, what I think is, all the flat earthers out there use Charlotte's ass as a measuring stick for why the Earth is flat.
These comments are coming courtesy of Canada Dry for anybody out there.
And I didn't put the stinger up saying that we're not liable.
You shouldn't mock flat earthers. There's many of them around the globe.
Yes, that odds around the globe. There's many flat earthers around the globe. That was a good one.
They all fell off the edge, guys. Remember?
Is that
And another proof that the Earth isn't flat is cats would have knocked everything off.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Fruit Cat to make another appearance and like knock something off behind you.
He's
didn't he do that a
sleeping,
couple
so
weeks ago?
he's not going to knock anything.
Oh, okay. I got you.
He's
not
napping.
doing that, yeah. He's going to nap while the rest of us are here talking.
So was there anything of note tonight that was really good?
You're going to want to go watch Danielson and Kyle Fletcher.
Oh,
For
cool.
sure.
That was a great match, yeah.
And
That's
the
what
ending,
I'm talking
not to
about.
spoil it for later for everyone on the show, the ending was pretty good.
Oh, good. You know, some of these, I mean, some of these guys like Aussie Open and things like that. It was they're definitely going somewhere, you know. So,
Yeah, I was just saying that I would cancel Aussie Open altogether and just have Kyle Fletcher go singles.
you think?
Mark
Oh,
Davis
he's
is
right.
healthy.
Yeah.
He's that good.
Yeah.
When you see this match, Haney, you'll probably feel the same way because he
Yeah.
really, really shined in this match.
Oh, good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
They were actually really good at All In. I really enjoyed them at All In. You know, it was a good team. It's strange. There's a sort of a plethora of Australian talent going about just now, which is good because there was a lot coming out of Europe. What was it called? So, you could do a sort of wrestling Ryder Cup soon.
You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see an Australian version of Bret Hart. Just like everything Bret Hart, but he's like puts an Australian with everything.
He's the excellence of executing shrimp on the Barbie.
Barbecue. The excellent barbecue.
All right, Haney. Thanks for coming on. We got to get back to reviewing the show.
Thanks, brother.
Go get some sleep, Alex.
Have a good one.
Well, I might do
Enjoy your pancakes. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good old Haney, man. I got to talk to Haney twice today because he called in on Magic earlier, too.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. All right, so I think I left off at the new chance with Schiavone, and we were talking about how Harry didn't realize that Jericho used to jokingly call Shivani Schiavone and thought that I was saying the name wrong. But
Well,
then,
Gretzky, you just made the list.
Why are we adding Wayne Gretzky to a list, first off?
what does Wayne Gretzky do? What does that have to do with anything here?
You just made the list, though.
Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're listening. But
mean,
yeah,
If the list is like list of greatest hockey players, yes, I agree.
he's definitely on that list. That's for sure. And yeah, going back to the Harry thing, like Aaron had to explain to me that like Harry's like a new fan, so like he didn't know that. So then I was like, oh, that makes sense. So we buried the hatchet then. It was all good. But yeah,
Buried the hatchet. It's just like
I just remember, what was it on the very first episode of Dynamite? I think it was the first one or one of the first ones. Shivani tried to interview Jericho, and Jericho just looks at him and says, "Shut up, Schiavone," and pushes him out of the way.
Yeah, I think that was the first one.
I think so too. I think that was on the first episode.
But he was saying that way back in
in
WCW
In
Nitro.
WCW too, yeah. I had forgotten about it from WCW, but he did back then too.
Like I can't take this. I got to take this with a grain of salt. You know why?
How many Canadians does she know?
Well, also, next week she's complimenting one of you and moved on.
Well, we're not Canadian though. We're Americans. So if she says that you're the cutest Canadian, and then she praises
Thanks.
us,
How many
then
Canadians
it's
do you
like,
know?
well, hey, we're not Canadian, so it's still technically a true statement in her eyes. So
Well, if I'm the cutest Canadian of all the Canadians in the world, that's pretty high because Ryan Reynolds is pretty cute.
yeah.
I mean, that means you're above Trish Stratus, and I don't know about that one.
That's shut up. I am.
Match number 3, gentlemen. We had Bullet Club Gold versus Angelico, Metalik, and Gravity. Now, Metalik comes in shooting web like Spider-Man. I don't know if I've ever seen him do that or not, but okay.
Like, so you're not at Triple Mania, okay?
No, yeah, that was kind of confusing. And what is with this Gravity kid and the stupid moonwalk thing that he does?
Because he
Like
doesn't
he's
have
walking-
gravity. Gravity
like
doesn't affect him.
He's walking like Buzz Aldrin on the moon. Like it looked absolutely stupid. One of the guns ended up doing the Road Dog Shuffle in the middle of this match. I don't know which gun is which, so I couldn't tell you. This was
There's
kind
the
of
good
a
one and the
fast-paced-
annoying
And then Serpentico with his
This was kind of a fast-paced, somewhat sloppy match. I mean, it was what it was. Bullet Club Gold wins. Jay White cuts a promo after the match on Adam Page and MJF. This was just okay for me, dog. Like I wasn't huge into this.
It didn't work for me, brother.
Holden Graham, what'd you think of this match?
It was fine. It was just there.
It was kind of just filler.
Yeah, it was.
Well, here's something interesting I find about it was he's calling out Adam Page. Why?
Well, they're
They have a
wrestling
match
on
on
Tuesday.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So, which is interesting because Jay White can't lose this match if he's
Right.
going for the world title. Like it's going to lower him.
Yeah, he should.
So,
it should
so
be
is,
Page.
so is Adam and Page going to this descent again?
Yes.
Which I think he needs it.
Yes, he should.
He
Yes.
should wallow in sorrow.
He's going to be drinking my bourbon that I was drinking
He
earlier.
should lose this match. The Bucks and Hangman should just lose the 6-man tag titles on a random ROH TV show. Just have him go into full, like, just, I don't even know, mental breakdown mode. Like the complete opposite of what Tony Storm is. Like a mental breakdown, but a bad way.
He's going to go back to wearing Hello Kitty and drinking bourbon every week. Yeah. And guys, this is like the third or fourth show since that big hot ending with the guy in the devil mask and the other guys, and
He didn't address it.
been a single sighting of them since. Wasn't even mentioned tonight.
No. Well, it was mentioned by the announce team, but not much.
Yeah. So they do something hot like that, and then they just shelve it, and then when it happens again, it's like
they're not doing enough
okay.
with it.
Well, this is
Yeah.
classic WWE 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They get hot angle. They were like, well, we're going to reveal this later when no one cares.
So let me throw something to you guys.
Yeah.
Jay White carries around this title for the next 6 weeks.
Did you just say sex?
Yeah,
Hey-o.
for the next like 6 weeks or so until we get to Full Gear, and he can act as the champ. Like maybe this can be like a dry run for him with the belt, and then that's where they reveal the masked person that comes out and costs Jay White the title. So that way, you can get the title back to MJF. It doesn't make Jay White look weak, and then you can have Jay White deviate from MJF for a while, go feud with whoever's behind the mask, and then maybe come back and take the title from MJF at Revolution or something.
Do you want to address how you got your nickname?
Yes, Ayaka My real shoot last name is Eyesiks. So this is just kind of a cheeky way of spelling it that I thought was kind of cool.
And how'd you become the effing expert?
I became the effing expert because when I started making appearances regularly on this channel, you guys were overwhelmed by the breadth of my knowledge.
I was like, you just know too much.
That I know too much, and I killed you all in trivia a lot of times, and you all decided that I was the effing expert from then on. So I've been the effing expert ever since.
I think Mr. Eyesiks a ringer.
The ringer.
He's a ringer.
All right.
He's like, I don't know what that means, but
I don't exactly know where you're going with that, but all right.
It's like a shark, someone who's really good. Like you're
Oh,
our
like
ace
a
in the
bull
hole.
shark? Yeah,
You're like the ace
I
in the
gotcha.
hole.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely me. That's definitely me. I'm the ace in the hole. I'm the pull shark. I'm the episode of Fresh Prince.
Yes, I was just gonna bring that
Phil, where Uncle Phil pretends that he doesn't know how to play pool until the guy like doubles the bet. Then he's like, "Oh, Jeffrey, get out Lucille."
up. Yeah. And he pulls it out of his coat.
Should we address one of our sponsors here today?
Yeah,
Go ahead, my man.
Gotta
All
pay them
right,
bills.
so you can start training today to become a wrestler and Fight the World Wrestling. Visit fighttheworldprowrestling.com. You can train to become a pro wrestler today in Largo, Florida. You'll be trained by Natalia Markova, Brian Idol, and they're making headlines on the news. They've got a lot of a lot of the people who graduate from there end up in the NWA
Very cool.
and other places as well.
Yeah. I think it's a worthwhile investment. I think that's a good, fair price to be trained by quality professional wrestlers like Markova and Idol. And if you live in that area and you want to become a professional wrestler, you guys need to give it a shot.
They brought Piper's daughter in one day.
Okay.
Natalia Markova to give her a little bit of training before a big match.
Oh, that's awesome. Very cool. Yeah. So, I mean, they're even helping people prepare for matches that are already trained talents. That's very good.
Well, she's still a little bit green. Like, she's not like...
She's young. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was in that very first battle royal that AEW had, right? The women's battle royal. Wasn't she in that?
Maybe.
I don't remember Piper. Well, what was her name? What's her name? Something Piper.
Teal?
Teal Piper, that's right.
Yeah, Teal Piper. Yeah, she was in it. I'm quite certain she was. They had a battle royal with a bunch of women on like the very first show they did, and she was in it. Yeah.
And sorry, you don't make the cut. Go back to the what the old WCW power plant.
The power plant. The Sarge is going to have you do push-ups, and then he's going to like bring you up to the Saturday night show and have you job to high voltage.
How bad was that power plant?
Yes.
I think it was pretty bad. Yeah.
Because like you had the power plant, but no one ever like other than Goldberg, and he didn't get trained properly, ever advanced anywhere from there.
I don't think so.
So
No.
Teal was at the first All Out in 2019. She was in the Women's Rumble.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale with cheese.
Yes.
That's good. Why they call it a Royale with cheese?
Yes.
Good Pulp Fiction reference there, Mr. Dry.
Oh yes, we got to fit in movie references as much as we can. On
I love all Tarantino films. Pulp Fiction's my favorite in particular. So
what? Okay, we're gonna go down this side mission here.
Side quest.
What? Go around the circle here. What is your favorite Tarantino movie?
Well, I just gave you mine.
Okay, you going Pulp Fiction?
Pulp Fiction, yeah.
All right, Golden Graham.
Probably Pulp Fiction.
That is definitely a good one. I think Reservoir Dogs does not get the love that it deserves.
It is great. Yeah.
I think it is so good.
And where I'm a martial arts nerd, I'm a big fan of Kill Bill Volume 2. Like Volume 2 in particular, because I love the parts where she goes to China. I like that.
As long as we're on the side quest, what was the worst one? Let me go first. From
Go
Dusk Till Dawn. Or,
well, that one's just partially Tarantino because
yes, and that's why it's bad, because it's good, and then it's bad.
Yeah.
Like it starts out good, and then it's like, where did this make a wrong turn?
But it's got that excellent Selma Hayek scene, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. I don't have to explain.
I know.
So I got to give that one credit. Plus, it's got Tom Savini in it, the horror special effects icon, played Sex Machine in it. So that was kind of cool. If you remember Sex Machine with the whip. Yeah. Did you see that one, Golden Graham? Did you like From Dusk Till Dawn?
I never saw it. No.
As far as worst Tarantino films, I don't know. I mean, I like all of his. Jackie Brown, maybe. I mean, maybe that might be.
I haven't seen too many. I haven't seen too many Tarantino films. So
Jackie Brown was pretty good. I did like that, though. I would say it's got to be From Dusk Till Dawn because his name is attached to it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, he wrote it, and it's funny because he played a character in it that had like a foot fetish, and like Tarantino famously has a foot fetish.
I think sometimes it's just like you just want to have a fun project, and you don't want to.
So what you're saying is that Tarantino wrote that character for himself.
Yes,
100% he did. Yeah, he wanted to like lick on Selma Hayek's foot. That's exactly what he did. So.
Oh.
I mean, if you got that fetish and you got the power to cast whoever you want, I guess go for it.
Exactly.
Which is like, if you think about it today, that's like totally like what's that creeper Me Too guy?
Weinstein.
Yes, it's kind of a Weinstein thing to do.
Yeah. Which is kind of
it's par for the course for Hollywood. So
yeah.
And see, Weinstein and Tarantino were pretty close back in those days. He disavows him now, but they were close back then.
Like Weinstein's like, I'm gonna be in this movie for this sex scene. That's all I'm part of. It's like, what was there no story with it? Not just the sex scene. That's it.
Well, thinking about it now, and I'm drawing a blank, but who was the actor, the really old guy who was married to like the 17-year-old?
Woody Allen.
Yeah, Woody Allen. Like
Woody Allen. Is that who you're thinking of? He like married his stepdaughter or something like that.
Yeah, Sonia.
Talk about creepy and perverted.
that was a really good documentary on HBO. They totally like explored the whole thing, and I'm like, wow.
Well, and then there's Roman Polanski too, who was like having sex with like a 13-year-old or something, and he was like 30 something. And then
as long as we're going into this, then you got Bill Cosby.
Oh yeah.
Who, up until like everything came out, he was laying out these innuendos on the Cosby Show.
Ooh.
Like they had this special sauce that was used as an aphrodisiac that he.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. With all this new information that put that show in a totally different light.
Yes. And like I remember one episode, I remember even thinking this as a kid. I'm like, this isn't very Cosby-esque. He's on the couch with his wife, Claire, and he's talking about how he misses her young 17-year-old body all tight.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, is this normal?
There's so much stuff you can watch from the 80s that are just creepy AF when you watch it in like 2023.
Like, no, half the stuff they made in the 80s would not make it to TV today.
There's also a great documentary.
Half is being generous.
Yeah.
There's a great documentary either on Showtime or HBO, and it's from a Black people's perspective. It's what do we do about Cosby?
Mm.
And it's like he's done so much for African Americans, but also set them back.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do we do about this? Like, how do we like?
I'm glad I don't have to make that. Glad I don't have to make that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny too because the whole Cosby allegation, That just came out because a stand-up comedian literally made a joke about something he heard. You remember that? This
Yes.
No, I didn't know how this started.
Yes, it literally made him a star.
It was
he got a
Hannibal
TV,
Buress,
he
wasn't
got a
it? Wasn't
TV
that
show out of the
Hannibal?
deal.
Wasn't
It
it
was who?
Hannibal Buress? Is that who it
Yes,
was?
it was Hannibal Buress.
Yeah.
There was eventually the Hannibal Buress show.
Yeah, so like someone just filmed like him doing a stand-up special, and like someone literally on their cell phone, he like made some kind of crack about like Bill Cosby drugging women or something like that. And that's what kind of started this whole thing.
Yeah, and then all the women were like, yeah, I was one of them.
And everybody from like, Bill Maher and Joe Rogan and everybody's like, oh yeah, we'd kind of heard rumblings of that over the years, but we didn't know anything for sure. But it was Hannibal Buress that kind of first brought that to the forefront. And then people started like, yeah, he opened the floodgate, like literally just at a stand-up comedy show. And
well, so many people empowered Bill Cosby to do what he did.
Yeah.
Like, this is the unsung thing, is that people turned a blind eye to let him get away with what he did.
Hollywood is an absolute cesspool, man. I mean, it just is. It's full of just gross human beings. Yeah. I mean, let's just be real here. Gross.
Yeah, we were talking about a wrestling promoter. We're not going to say their names.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's abusing some of the women at their wrestling promotion.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say the names of the wrestling promotion or the person, but it's not far removed from wrestling.
Yeah, we were discussing this a little bit earlier off the air. Yeah, it's just bad that men get in power, and it's unfortunately it's always men. So it makes us all look bad because these jerks get in power, and they get abusive to women, and then women are fearful of all men. And it just sucks that it has to be like that.
And on top of that, whenever they do decide to say something, no one believes them.
Exactly.
Interesting enough, I look like Jericho, but I figured out how to grow facial hair.
I think she was talking about me, because I think it was right after she asked me about my nickname.
Okay. There we go.
Which, I mean, my facial hair is getting pretty gray looking. So I don't know. I don't know if I should adjust for men.
See, this is the Japanese people compared me to Jericho before, and
just embrace it.
Just embrace the gray.
Maybe just trim it down a little bit. That's about it.
That's probably what I do. Yeah. I mean, I've crossed over 4-0 at this point, guys. Like, I'm not going to be just all brown anymore.
Yeah. So we really went on a side mission there. We took on like sexual abuse.
We took down
a good fight.
You know what? Sometimes it has to be said, though.
Yeah. And we had to take him to task. Mr. Weinstein, Mr. Cosby, we're taking you to task.
And unfortunately, we cannot take that wrestling promoter to task because we could get sued.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that individual is not still partaking in these activities. But
well, let me tell you this: there's someone. Maybe I just say nothing.
I think it's probably let's move on to the next topic.
Yeah, let's move on. We don't want any trouble coming our way.
Yeah, let's not. You forgot to run that disclaimer, Canada, damn it.
Yes, that's what I realized. There is no disclaimer. Better shut up.
Add that in post, okay?
Yes, I'll add that in next episode.
All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and get back on track here. We had a Nick Wayne video promo kind of explaining what he did and why he did it. Said that Darby abandoned him. And he was always in Darby's shadow. So they're kind of building up the whole, Darby abandoned me to go become famous. And I was just known as Darby Allin's little, sidekick, little brother type figure. And that's why I turned on him, because Christian Cage was also in the shadow of Adam Copeland. So it was kind of interesting how they tied that together. I thought that was a nice little connection.
Do you know what's most beautiful about this?
Hold on. Okay, go ahead, manager.
It's that it totally explains why he was losing every match.
Yeah.
Because, like, if he was winning, it wouldn't make any sense. He had to lose.
Yeah. He was losing, and therefore he was staying in Darby's shadow because he kept losing. Yeah. It makes total sense. Yeah.
What's shocking is they didn't use the AR Fox thing.
Right.
Is he written out of this thing?
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if
it's
he's
weird.
punished.
It's weird that he's part of it now. Like, because
Yeah.
he lied to them about, or just didn't tell them he can't fly over to England. The guy should probably tell you since it's in a week.
Tony Khan probably sat him down and was like, okay, Mr. Fox, you're going to have to go find Candy because we're not going to use you for a while. Okay.
What if Air Fox came back with that Candy manager?
That would be amazing.
For us, it was because not everyone knows about it, but we would kill it.
So real quick, like for this promo that was cut by Nick Wayne, if you didn't know any better, you would think Darby is the dad who went to get milk and never came back.
That's
Like,
what he made
the way
it sound
was
like.
talking
Yeah.
about him.
What's funny about at the Wrestle Dream, he's gonna hit Christian. He's like, "This is for my mother. This is for my father." And then he doesn't do it, and then he does it to Darby. This is for my mother. This is for my father. It's the exact same line. Oh my goodness!
Match number 4, guys. We're getting into the fun shit at this point. We've got the Iron Savages versus Fatty Ass. Now, this match, I guess we should start with the opening promo that the
Yes.
What was the other guy's name? I forgot what his name.
I don't
was.
know their names, but
Yeah,
I
it's
just
the
know
Iron
Derek Country and
Savages.
the other guy. That's what I know.
Yeah.
Him as.
I don't know. Anyways, the guy that talks was on the mic and he said, quote, they were sipping on savage juice or savage sauce and then they were going to eat some ass. Okay. So there was a lot of ass eating innuendos in this match.
In this
I mean,
show.
Pretty much the entire match. We'll
Yeah.
get to the rest of that, but yeah. A lot of an anal fixation in this match, which it's kind of strange. It's a
yeah.
little strange. I'm not gonna lie. The match was
Listen, you got to
Okay.
do what you got to do to get over. If you say something weird and you get people's attention, maybe that's what they're going for.
I mean, the match was okay, I guess. I was kind of distracted by the
Oh
fact
man,
that
this match.
I don't know.
This
was-
match
What
was-
did you think?
I needed this match to be over. It went on way too long.
It was just it was a filler match.
Like
Yeah.
this was worse than the Triple A's versus the Bullet Clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Golden
shouldn't have done
Grand.
two trios matches in a row.
Yeah, one trios match per card, please.
Yeah, they get to be a bit much. They do. I mean, they do too much. Some of these trios matches are just convoluted messes. I mean, they just are. Especially when it's like kind of no-name guys that don't ever do anything, and they're just put up against the champs for some reason. This is what
I
you
will
get.
just try to make them short then if they're no name guys. But I don't know.
I really wish AEW would just come out and say, "Hey, our trios matches are lucha libre style. So if someone enters out the ring, someone else can just go in, and it makes everything we're seeing make sense.
Oh, you
Yeah.
make the triple the
The trio,
triple
make the
A's,
trios
yeah.
like
yeah, that's a rule in the trios division. That would be
Yeah.
good. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would keep the pace of it up, and it'd be chaotic, but it'd be fun. Everybody would get their shit in because
it
that's
would
what
be
those
controlled
matches are
chaos
for.
this time as opposed to chaos that doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So moving on to match number 5, we had Timeless Tony Storm versus Kiera. Don't call me Brother Hogan. I love how at the beginning of this, I guess Tony Storm was trying to hand her a script for the match.
Yes.
That was great.
That was hilarious. Like, I thought that was really funny. And Kiera Hogan, of course, tore it up, much to the dismay of Timeless Tony Storm. Decent little back and forth match. A lot of ass play in this match too.
Tony bit Kira's ass.
Yeah, biting in the ass, like asses to the face. I mean, there was just asses everywhere. This was like a rap song. I mean,
Sir Mix-a-Lot would have been proud.
Tony
And of
Storm
course,
wins.
they had the nice little line before the break. Now we're going to see a commercial, and now you're going to see a titty slap.
Golden Graham, what'd you think of the ass fest here?
I absolutely love this match. It was fun. I love the little I don't remember. One of the commentators was like, "This script says that Kira's the lay down and Tony's the win immediately."
Which one was that? Nigel? Was he the one that said that?
I can't remember who said it. No, I think it might have been Ian Riccaboni who said it. But like, this was like, I've always been a fan of Kira Hogan. I wish she was on TV more. I think she's really good. And Tony and her character work is second to none, probably in all of wrestling right now. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't know anyone else is doing really better character work at the moment.
Kira Hogan was, what was she known as in WoW? Fire? Is that what she was called?
I can't remember.
that? Yeah, I think it was when she had like the orange hair and they called her Fire in
Something
Women
like
of
that, yeah.
Wrestling.
Yeah, I've never seen WoW. Would you recommend I watch it?
Oh,
If you are bored, yes, the production is very bad. I'll be honest with you.
yeah.
The wrestling
Just
is,
give it a shot. Give it a
the
shot. Is what you're saying.
wrestling is
okay.
good.
It's
The
okay.
production is bad. So
Yeah. It's okay. I mean, I think kind of like what Golden Graham said. If you're a little bored, you just want to check it out. Check it out. I mean, it's not terrible.
Now, is Holly Hood still on the show?
I don't know. I haven't watched WoW in forever. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I only
It's
know
been-
because she was in the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
She
It's been a year or two.
took a
since
break
I've
to
seen
go
WoW.
check out WoW.
I mean, when I watched it, Tessa Blanchard was still there as the champion. So that was like probably 3 or 4 years ago. It was the last time I remember regularly watching it.
What would be funny is Natalia Markova at WoW. What they would do with her.
I don't think they'd know how to use her properly. Honestly.
No, they'd make her some hello, my babushkas.
Yeah. That's what WoW is. It's like real.
They're very carny.
Kind of over the top carny gimmicks.
Over
Like,
the
that's what
top
you-
characters.
Yeah. That's what
They're
you
trying
see
to be
on-
like the old Glow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from the same guy. Dave
Oh, is
McClain. Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know
The,
that.
the same guy, Dave McClain, was the guy who made Glow, and he's the guy who made WoW. Yeah.
Okay, so he's just trying to bring it back to life.
I mean, he's literally just rehashing the same formula under a new company banner, like 30 years later. So.
Facelift.
Do they have a big mountain mama? Do you remember the big lady?
They had somebody that was kind of like a Liberty Bell. if I
Oh,
remember
okay.
correctly. Yeah. I don't remember what they called her, but anyways, we had Ruby Soho with Renee backstage. Mumbled something about losing to someone. I didn't even hardly pay attention to this, but she did put over the
She
Saraya
lost to
versus-
Sheeta. She lost the
Yeah.
number one contenders match to Sheeta.
Was that
she
on a
put over
rampage?
The Saraya versus Hikaru Shida match that's going to happen apparently on Tuesday. So
So was that lost on a rampage? Is that what happened?
That might have been, yeah.
yeah, I haven't been keeping up with Rampage. So
I watched it this
I'm
week,
sure.
but it's on at 10 o'clock from 10 to 11, so I'm usually just like half falling asleep watching it. So
I always fall asleep on Friday night watching Rampage. Like literally every week. That's like my ritual is to fall asleep in the middle of Rampage.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, I would discontinue Rampage and put in a half an hour on each show.
Either that or make Rampage like the new Dark or something like that. Yeah, I could see them doing that because I
Or
mean,
a
it's just
Saturday morning cartoon sort of show. Put it on a Saturday morning.
WWF Superstars. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's AEW Superstars.
that or like make Saturday morning like a weekend review show like WWE used to have back in the day. Just
Oh, yeah.
recap all the sort of like that what they have online with their control center with Tony Schiavone where they talk about all the big matches and stories.
I haven't
Or
watched that
once a week.
Control Center in forever.
I don't watch it either. I don't need to. I watch the show every week.
Right.
Yeah.
I literally don't even know what you're talking about, so I've never seen it. But yeah, I mean, sometimes fans can really benefit from like a recap show, especially when there's a lot that goes on across 2 or 3 shows. So
Yeah.
I see value in it. Absolutely. We have match number 6, Commander versus Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Good old Jim Ross is carded out the ringside. This is his time to shine every week. And it was nice to see him out there.
So
This
funny
is-
because Whenever you say that, I get the JBL music in my head. And it's not even associated with him.
No, he comes out to the OU fight song is what he comes out
I
to.
know, but we discussed making him a little bit of JBL character.
Yeah.
Well, you got an Oklahoman and a Texan there, pal. Those are diametrically opposed to each other.
And they played today.
Yeah. Yep. That's a big rivalry in college football.
Not no more, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Conference realignment. But that's another conversation for another show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Should we have a football podcast on the?
I would love to have a football podcast.
Yeah.
In fact,
like a pre, we could have it like on a Monday. Do a pre Monday night show. I don't know. Post Monday night show.
In the background right now, I have the Kentucky Wildcats versus the Georgia Bulldogs football game on, and Kentucky's getting obliterated because Georgia's the number 1 team in the country. So,
what's the score?
Last time I looked up, it was like, God, I don't know. It was about a 30-point lead by Georgia.
Ayaki likes hockey.
That's a Canada Dry thing and a JFB thing, and you get Mr. Marchesini involved in that.
Now, do you like if you could had to choose college football or NFL?
NFL.
I personally like the NFL better. Yeah. But I mean, the University of Kentucky is a basketball school. Yeah. So like usually I'm more into the basketball side of college than pro.
I prefer NFL over college because college is way too political with all their who gets to be the number 1 seed, who gets to play for championships. Whereas the NFL, best record gets to go. Boom.
Yeah, makes sense. But let's get back on track here.
I'm literally watching the Georgia Bulldog right now, the literal bulldog they have on the sidelines.
What is Uga the 7th, I think, right now?
The score is 44-13. Golden Graham.
I'm sorry.
Now, is it a British bulldog, or is it like a?
It's an English bulldog. Yeah.
Yeah. It literally looks like Matilda. Yeah.
Okay. It's a British bulldog.
And I believe like they named the dogs UGA for University of Georgia, and I think they're on like 7 or 8 at the moment. So they just bring in a new one and they just change the number.
And then when they croak, they just bring another one in. Yeah.
Get a new dog.
Getting back to the match here, we've got this is a good lucha versus strong style kind of match. This match actually surprised me because I thought it was really good. I liked it a lot.
It was better than I thought it was going to be.
It was a really, really good match. I mean, usually I've been pretty underwhelmed by Commander for the most part. He just does this little silly walk around the ropes and jump off spot every match, but he put on a damn good match here. And of course, Kingston looked great. Kingston slaps. I mean, I'm pretty sure could be heard by the apartment above me. So this was a good match, a good stylistic match, strong style versus lucha. Of course, Kingston ends up going over. I love this match. I thought it was great. It far exceeded my expectations. Golden Graham, what'd you think of this match?
Sorry. Yes, I was pleasantly surprised by this match because I'm not a big Eddie Kingston fan. And like you said, like Commander's good for 1 or 2 like rope slip ups in a match, but I didn't really notice it this match. And it was fun. Like you said, styles make fights, and this was the perfect mix of lucha libre and strong style.
Yeah.
Agreed. Canada Dry, what'd you think?
I enjoyed this. I'm really upset the Commander didn't bring Destro with him to the ring.
Who?
Cobra Commander. He didn't bring Destro with him to the ring. Destro's leaves him in the back. But yeah, it was an entertaining match. Like I liked the 2 different styles working together.
Yeah.
I think my favorite thing was Commander went to slap Eddie, and Eddie was just like, "You got to be kidding me," and just chopped him right down to the mat.
And it kind of makes me want to watch that Rampage match to see how Commander won it, because I was like, I thought for sure it was going to be Johnny TV.
I vaguely remember that match. Yeah. That match was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I have to go back and check that out too because I wanted to see that. And I'm with Canada Dry here. I thought it was going to be Johnny TV.
So
But,
did I. I thought for sure.
In fact, if I'd looked at the 4 names on the list, Commander would have been the last on the
Me
list that I
too.
thought would have won.
Commander
I
would have been
would've thought
second
the
to
other
last
ones
that I would have
won.
chosen because there was another guy in there that's like,
Yeah, Lindsay Dorado was making his AEW debut.
Lindsay Dorado was in there, and then Penta,
Yep.
and Johnny TV. Yeah.
I love how it used to. You used to have to qualify to get title matches. They just throw them that right out. Like
Just hand
you're
them out like
debuting,
skills. Yeah.
you're an eliminator match.
You know what? I would much rather have. I would much rather have these 4-way matches or matches that just crown a number 1 contender than what ROH does with their proving ground matches, where you have to pin the champ to get a shot at the champ. I hate that concept.
Oh, I
Do they
don't like
still
that
do
either.
that? Is that still something they do?
Every once in a while, they'll still do it in ROH because Tony.
Oh, they're still doing it in the AEW ROH?
They've done it once or twice in AEW ROH, yes. Because, Tony's a big stickler for tradition and keeping things even to the detriment of his product. So,
Right. All right. So after this, we finally got the main event segment of the night. Metalingus hits the speakers and Adam Copeland is out. Obviously not a much more diminished pop than from Wrestle Dream, but still got a good reaction from the crowd.
it's because they're in Utah.
I noticed that he didn't go over to the hard cam side this time. He just went to the side where there actually was people sitting there.
Yeah.
So that was good. He comes out to the ring, gets on the microphone, says that Christian is the only reason why he came to AEW. Mentions how Christian is in a Bond villain phase, which I thought was kind of funny. Christian appears on screen, says he's not coming out, and tells Adam Copeland, well, I'll tell you exactly why I did what I did Tuesday on Dynamite if you can show up Tuesday on Dynamite. And at that point, of course, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne come out to attack Adam Copeland. Copeland starts fighting them off. Luchasaurus gets the better of him, hits him with a choke slam, which brings out Darby Allin, who comes out for the save with a steel chair. Darby hesitates to attack Nick Wayne, which gives Luchasaurus a chance to attack and turn the tables on him. So the heels beat down the baby faces. Nick Wayne takes the steel chair, concerto to the shoulder of Darby Allin to end the program, gentlemen. Canada Dry, what did you think of this main event segment?
Oh, I thought it was so good. My favorite part of that, other than the everyone yelling Persian cat about Nick Wayne, my favorite part was Nick Wayne cowering and just like, look here, no, and Darby, like that was so well done.
Yeah, it was,
and it cost Darby Allin the injury. It was a great way to end the show.
It seems to me that this Nick Wayne kid gets it. Like, this guy knows how to tell a story. And for him to be as young as he is and to know how to tell a story and to be as athletic as he is, if he stays healthy, this kid's going to go places.
He's already got a rocket in his back. They pretty much already put start to it, right?
Yeah. We're in the countdown phase right now.
Yes.
Golden Graham, what'd you think of this?
Oh, I loved it. Like you said, like Nick Wayne's facials are ridiculous. Like,
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people like in this segment. Christian's is always so great with his facials. Edge, these guys have been doing it for 30 years. They're amazing. My question is, I wonder, how are they going to do this? Are they going to have Edge turn or does Christian turn? That's my only question out of this.
Down the road.
Yeah, down the road. Not anytime soon. Because I imagine it's going to end up being Edge and Christian versus, Luchasaurus and Nick Wayne, or Luchasaurus and maybe if Jungle Boy or Jack Perry comes back.
I think we're getting we'll get Edge versus Christian.
Yes.
Full gear.
I wouldn't mind that. Because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, I think what I would do is I think you have Christian lose the TNT title. and he blames Luchasaurus and all them, and they turn, and then Edge comes out to save Christian. I think is the story that I would tell.
That would be logical. Yeah, that would be a logical way to put them together after all this. Shout out to Noob. If you want to highlight his comment, Noob just popped into the chat. So,
What's up, Noob?
what's up, man?
You're late.
Well, Noob was watching the PLE, the WWE PLE.
Yeah, he was watching Fastlane. He told us in the chat.
PLLE. That's the book for me. Oh no, that's a different thing.
PLE just sounds so awkward to say.
Yeah,
Does it not? It just sounds awkward as hell to be like, tonight I'm watching the pro wrestling PLE. Like someone's gonna be like, what the hell are you talking about? PLE. Sorry.
Yeah, because they're like, we don't want to make people think you're having to pay extra for it. So.
And when you type it out, it's the will we plea? No.
You want to watch the plea with me?
Would you please watch the plea with me?
And Noob, no spoilers, but was it a good show?
Yeah, was it a good show, Noob?
Yeah, so let's get to our bells and our whistles, and let's see what we can do to come up with a score here.
I forgot to bring a whistle, Canada Draw, so I apologize for
We'll
that.
just do our bells then.
This is the segment of the evening where we go around the table here. We're going to give our match of the night, segment of the night, and overall bell rating for the show. And I am going to start with Canada effing Dry. What have you got?
As you should. As you should.
I should.
I don't have a reason why you should, but
it just sounded good to me.
Yes, it just sounded like it. I should say that. My match of the night is Bryan Danielson versus Kyle Fletcher. Put a rocket on Kyle Fletcher's back. He's going to be a good one. My segment night is the ending of the show with Adam, the Rated R Superstar. And I'm going to give this show a 3.95. 3.95.
Got to make it confusing, don't you? Golden Graham, what do you think?
So I was literally going to give the exact same answers as Canada Dry. So to switch it up and to give a little bit of shine, I'm going to give my match of the night to the women. I really enjoyed it. Loving the character work. My promo of the night is Jay White. That guy, he's so good on the mic and just he's telling this story so well.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to give this show 3.5 bells.
All right. For myself, match of the night is going to be Danielson versus Kyle Fletcher. I think you all probably predicted that.
Of course.
Segment of the night, I'm going to go with the Adam Copeland segment at the end. I like that. I like what Nick Wayne did. I thought that was good storytelling. I liked it. And my overall bell rating for the evening, I am going to give it 3.25 bells.
I think we're looking around 3.5 something for this.
You are correct. It is 3.567.
That's a pretty quality rating. Yeah.
It is a nice bounce back from last week's.
Absolutely. Canada Dry, do you want to close this out here and sell
all
some
right,
t-shirts and all that stuff?
As you know, you can join the tier system here on YouTube, or you can hit that link below to PayPal, bigshinymatrix@hotmail.com. You can send us a one-time donation if you like what we're doing and want to support us. But if there's another way you want to support us, you can buy one of our shirts. This is just one of them. We have many, many shirts. The Sharpshooter Action shirt. And of course, with that being said, on behalf of the effing expert, Mr. Eyesiks, on behalf of the Golden Graham, and on behalf of myself, just sometimes life is hard and it can knock you for a loop, and you know you you'll question whether life is worth even living. Like, things get dark. Let's not pretend it's not. Things can get really dark really fast. And you'll have those moments where you're like, do I even want to live anymore? But let me tell you this. Do not stay there, because you know what? Athletes, Hollywood movie stars, wrestlers, they've all had these thoughts too. And they're the same as you and me. And they move past it. And once the rain stops, you remember all the good things that happen. And you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you put one foot in front of the other, and you remember to just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.
Thank you so much for coming to our after school special.